So hello everyone, we are here particularly in this video to solve the queries that were mentioned by you after the test 1 that was conducted for the section quantum numbers for the online lecture series quantum numbers and term symbols. So today we are going to solve the questions that were related to it. Particularly for this subscriber, these three queries will also be solved in this short video. I am just going to go through and brief you with some of the questions that were asked. And over here there was one question, that is question number 2. How many electrons are present in n is equal to 3 orbit? If you remember, on the basis of n value, we can very particularly calculate two things. They are respectively number of orbital and number 2 number of electron, using two popular formulas, that is n square and 2n square. If you look into the question number 2 of the test, how many electrons are present in n equal to 3, using this formula, if I say for n equal to 3, implementing the formula 2n square, I would straight away write 2 into 3 square and I will end up with 18 electrons. So my answer over here for this particular question will be 18, and that is your option number B. If you could have gone another way, you are very much aware that for n equal to 3, there are 3 suborbits, particularly S, P and D. For S, there is 1 orbital, for P there are 3 orbitals, and for D there are 5 orbitals. And if you put 2 electrons in each orbital, then and then also you can end up with the answer 18 electrons. So friends, this is where question number 2 is done. I have mentioned the queries of only one subscriber over here, but I am going to solve all small larger queries that I received even from my BSc champions. Number 3, if angular moment quantum number L is equal to 3, then the given possible values of magnetic quantum number would be a very particular question. This was question number 2. Question number 3, that for L is equal to 3, it is very clearly stated. If you look into it, L is equal to 3, then ML would be, over here there are two things I can write. What would be the quantity of ML? My formula would be 2L plus 1, and I will put this value, I will get 7 different valued ML that are orbitals, and which then my answer would be minus L 2 plus L including 0, and then I would have ended up with minus 3 2 plus 3, and if such is the case, I can write minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, that can be mentioned like this. So this has to be my particular answer, and if this is the answer, I would end up with option number B again. So over here also I would end up with option number B. So friends, this is how we work. So these were that 2 numericals that we did over here. Still we are going to continue with few such questions, few such doubts, so the things become much clearer for you before we join together again with the numericals based on term symbol in the upcoming lecture. There is a very important question coming up over here. The maximum electron occupied in f orbital r. This was a very genuine question that I was asked by one of my subscriber and a person who is in quite a good touch with me. Here it is said that in f orbital, the viewer of this video has very particularly seen the video number 3 of this online lecture series and has stated that, sir, you have very particularly discussed with us that when an author uses the word orbital, the maximum possible electron would be 2. Yes, you are absolutely right. But in such a case, if I will check the options are 10, 18, 8 and 14. It means it does not match. So, if you talk about the sheer or the perfect correctness of this answer, the answer is supposed to be 2. But if you remember, somewhere while explaining in the video 2 or video 3, I told that there are few orbitals where the orbitals and suborbits are somewhere considered equal. It is not to be considered in this case. But now what I will be speaking will be purely based on exam point of view, where I can even write the word for scoring. If you are confident that the answer has to be 2, and if you do not find the option 2 anywhere, which is the topmost priority, then you can write the number of electrons in the suborbit F, and let us consider it for an orbital, although we know it is not, because the answer 2 bearing option is missing. So the answer to your question has to be 14 with respect to the options provided. Also, I don't know for how many different exams they are writing, but I have seen many exam papers where the title of the questions is mentioned as find out the appropriate answer. So for this particular appropriate word, my dear viewer, friend, subscriber, as option with value 2 is missing, which is the most perfect answer, henceforth we are going with 14, and if I am not mistaken, this option 14 is the D option. Yes, it is the D option. So for question number 5, the answer as of now, as the value 2 is missing, would be D. Friends, moving further, there is a very important question that has been asked over here. Which ion has 18 electrons in its outermost orbit? This is very important. It is very clearly mentioned outermost orbit. Outermost orbit. For if we say copper plus, for copper plus, remember very well, what we are writing is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1 and 3d10. You are very much aware, up to what I know, the exceptionality given over here. I have the question paper with me, and which ion has 18 electrons in its outermost orbit. It is very clearly stated. It is outermost orbit. So do not get confused at all. The person who is asking the question for you has very clearly stated outermost orbit. If you check over here, according to me, the outermost orbit has to be 4s1. So friends, this will not work. This is gone. You cannot work with this. Okay. Coming to the second option, it is potassium plus. So when I have K plus, it is very clear, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1 would be potassium plus, so 1 would be removed from 4s, and therefore we will end like this. If over here I will check the outermost orbit, there are only 8 electrons. Coming up with the third option, cesium plus, and the fourth one is chlorine minus. Before going into cesium plus, let me imagine for chlorine minus a same electronic configuration what I have for potassium plus, and therefore friends, it is again 8 electrons. I will utilize the upper space and explain you the electronic configuration for cesium plus. It is very clear from here that these three mentioned options are wrong. Whenever we talk of cesium, the first thing that we should know is when we have the group number 1 in our periodic table, we say lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. So it is very clear we are going to talk of this element, and particularly it is element number 55. When we are coming towards 55, we already know that on the other side there would be 54, the inert gas. So while describing this, let us mention it as 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2. After 4s2, I am quite confident it would be 3d10, 4p6. See, whenever you are reaching 4p6, the total number of electrons becomes 36. So now not more than one series would be allowed. So be very careful and do not make a mistake after this. It will go with a general formula, if you remember, NS, NP, N minus 1D, and friends, this is few of those basic chemistry that N minus 2F. So as I am having 1s completed, this 4s, 4p, definitely, but before that we must mention 5s2, 4d10. Remember very well, 5s2, 4d10, 5p6. Now you calculate the number of electrons. 2 and 2, 4 and 6, 10, 12, 18, 20, 30, 36, 38, 48, 54. So the total number of electrons over here are 54, and cesium plus, so 1 has to be removed. Over here the outermost orbit is 5, and friends, there are only 8 electrons again. So this question itself, according to me, is inappropriate. Although if you could have guessed some other answer, always I am open to discuss and to learn even from you. So you can just come back to me with any opposite thing or any different thing you have for this particular question, that is question number 7. So let us move ahead. I am quite confident that question number 10, that which one is correct or for an electron in 4f orbital. See, this is very particular question number 10, where I have 4f. From this 4f itself I can say that n is equal to 4. So of the 4 options, option A, B and C will work, option D will not work. Option A, B and C plus half, minus half, that will particularly work. But remember, when I say 4f, it means L is equal to 3. Why L is equal to 3? Because we very particularly have discussed L0, 1, 2, 3, S, P, D and F. So L will be 3. So N4, L3. Now again check the option with your question paper. L3, L3, L4. So now we are only left with option A and option C. And you very well know when L is equal to 3, the maximum possible of ML would be plus 3 to minus 3. And now if you check the option A and option C, one of the option exceeds the value of ML to plus 4, and henceforth, dear all, the answer according to me that we are required to write over here is 10 number of question, and option for the correct answer is C. So this is where we can get the maximum idea regarding what kind of questions they ask in such kind of exams. Sometimes we feel, these are very easy questions and any Tom, Dick and Harry can answer. Definitely, you can answer, I can answer if and if we have done it once. If you believe you have not done and if you are directly going for the exams, there are chances you and even I, we can commit mistakes. So it is better to revise such videos before going into exams. And these topics are not that hi-fi topics until you reach term symbols. These topics come even at the +2 level. So they are very easy and important topic, but these topics are a base for term symbols. You might be surprised that why the title of this online lecture series is Quantum Numbers and Term Symbols. I know very well, you too know very well that unless and until we are not done with quantum numbers, we cannot completely survive with term symbols. And that was the reason that I have stretched up to 3 lectures in quantum numbers, and even I am going very slowly again before I go into the depth of term symbols. Now, if you say question number 11, these kind of questions are quite important. What will be the number of electrons in the ground state of chromium having subsidiary quantum number L equal to 1 and L equal to 2 respectively? Subsidiary quantum number is nothing as Muthal quantum number. So over here, chromium, it is 24. So I'll be very confidently writing 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1 and 3d5. First of all, let us sum it up. 2 to 4, 6, 10, 18, 23 and 24. Once we are summing it up, they have asked you L is equal to 1 and L is equal to 2. Very well, keep the things in mind. L is equal to 1 means they are talking of the p subshell. L is equal to 2, so they are talking of the d subshell. So in the d subshell, if you count properly, there are 5 electrons. In the p subshell, if you count very properly, there are 12 electrons. So for this particular question, my answer has to be 12 and 5. And I have seen this question in one of the competitive exams that was conducted few years back. So this is the questions that are generally asked. So always be aware of these questions. Friends, there was one topic that I have included purposefully, and that was isoelectrons. So for this particular topic, isoelectrons, we just need to calculate the number of electrons and set the answer for the same. So over here, we will be first solving the first itself question given over there. For the following, which sets of ions is isoelectronic? Which sets of ions is isoelectronic? Over here, let us do a simple thing, total number of electrons. So for question number 12, let us just try to get the total number of electrons. Be very focused over here when you are going for the total number of electrons. K plus, no need to calculate, 18. Cl minus, again 18. Ca2 plus 18. So what about scandium? 18, 21 minus 3, because it is plus 3. Now is very important. Barium, strontium, potassium and S2 minus. Not possible. Not possible. Why not possible? K plus S2 minus is okay, but you are not okay with Ba2 plus and Sr2 plus. Option 3, N to the power minus 3, that is 10 electrons, O to the power minus 2, 10 electrons, F to the power minus 1, 10 electrons, but H to the power minus 2, 18 electrons, so that won't work. And similarly, in option number D, lithium is quite different from sodium magnesium as calcium is. So from all these, for the question number 12, according to me, the A option is right, because for all the ions given over there, there is an 18 electron probability. There is an 18 electron probability. So these are the set of questions that are important. Hope you are getting it very well. I'm just again going with question number 15. As I told you, this video will be a shorter one because we are just going through questions very quickly just to get clarity of what the things are. What or which set of ions is isoelectronic? For the question number 15, do one thing, just sum up the total number of electrons. NO plus for the option A, NO plus, C2 minus 2, Cn minus 1 and N2. If the total electrons are same in all the 4 species, it means they are isoelectronics. 7 plus 7, 14, 6 plus 7, 13 and 1 extra, 14, 12 and 2, 14, 7 and 8, 15, plus means 1 less, so it is 14. So if you see, all the 4 species in the option A have the same number of electrons, and hence these are isoelectrons. So this is how it works. This is how you are supposed to answer each and every time when you have a question with you. Question number 17, a very simple but an easy question to attempt if you do not make a mistake. The maximum number of electrons in a subshell is given by the expression. If you remember very well, I had just discussed this thing with you. Maximum number of electrons in a subshell. So remember the answer, I have also given you the formula for the same. Maximum number of electrons in a subshell, and the answer is 4 into L plus 2, where L is equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3. And if you will put these values over here, I am sure you will get the answer 2, 6, 10 and 14 respectively for S, P, D and F. So friends, these are the cases. These are the questions that were given to you in your test and you are solving them. You have rather solved them. Along with this video, I am also going to share with you the links for the questions once again. So if someone does not have, they can easily go with it. The question number 9, which one of the subscriber had a doubt, I am going to take it now. The correct increasing order of energy, would be, remember, for Ns, Np, N minus 1d and N minus 2f. This will always be the correct order of energy. Why? I'll teach you in a very simple way. See how. If I say that I am talking of 6th orbit, then would I write N is equal to 6? If I am implementing this 6 over here, then it would be 6s, 6p, 6 minus 1d and 6 minus 2f. Am I correct? Yes. If so, see what happens. S is 0, so it will be 6 plus 0, n plus n is your energy, so 6. What about this? Mind well properly. 6 plus 1, so it will be 7. Over here you check, it is 6 minus 1, 5. And then comes your D. So it would be 5 plus 2, again 7. And over here it would be 4F, that is 4 plus 3, again 7. So keeping these energy levels into mind, and if you go for any electronic configuration, always remember the order of energy has to be this. This is a plus 2 topic and it has been always discussed like this. If I am writing electronic configuration for any atom, I'll first go with Ns, then I'll have Np, then I'll have N minus 1d, and then I'll have N minus 2f. If still you have any query in this, please contact again, quoting this as test 1, and especially to the person who has asked this query. I would be happy to share some of the notes, as well as I'll be happy to share again with you the same thing. Over here there is a question number 19. Maximum number of electrons in a subshell L is equal to 3 and N is equal to 4. N is equal to 4, L is equal to 3, so it is 4F, and maximum number of electrons is 14. Don't worry about 4, worry about F. F has 7 orbitals. Each orbitals have 2 electrons, and therefore the maximum possible electrons will be 14. So friends, these are few of the questions that I really wanted to bring up to you. Still we had one question from him, that is 22. What is the maximum number of electrons that can be associated with the following set of quantum numbers: N3, L1 and M minus 1. N3, L1 and M minus 1. N3, L1, ML minus 1. See what are the maximum number of electrons that can be associated with the following set of quantum numbers. So this represents 3, this represents P, and ML minus 1 means when I write 3P and I have something like this, then if I am taking this as a negative part, maximum electrons that can be accommodated over here would be 2. Dear friend, the options 25, 50, 75 and 10 are some misprint that has been done. I am quite sorry for that, but the answer for question number 22 would be 2. So I am once again thankful to you for drawing our attention. Still, in these 30 questions, if you find any question that needs more discussion from my side, I'll be happy to answer those questions. Question number 27. How many electrons can fit in the orbital for which N is equal to 3 and L is equal to 1? See, N is equal to 3, L is equal to 1. So it will be 3P. If you do not read properly, and if you write how many electrons can fit, you will suddenly write 3 to the 6 electrons. But look into this question number 27. It is very clearly stated that it is orbital, and when it is orbital, it has to be 2, not more than 2. This orbital also has the same value, this orbital also has the same value, and this orbital also has the same value. So at a time you are supposed to answer on the basis of only one orbital and not all orbitals. So thank you once again. This was a very short video on some of the doubts that were mailed, or rather messaged to me. Still, if you have any doubts, be in touch, be in contact. Thank you once again, and very soon you will be getting another video. Be in touch. Thank you.